So there's a full theater of people, 2 empty seats at the front and 2 empty seats at the back, and you went, let's get those. What's up, everybody? My name is Nick. I'm an independent filmmaker and producer north of Boston, and today, for the third time in a row, Mr. Andrew Allen.
Third time. Third time's a harm.
Well, let's hope it's more charming than that.
How you doing?
Good, man. How are you?
Pretty good. Super excited about the show.
So last week you were on, and I brought up. Actually, I think it might have even been the first episode. I gave you a little bit of. I say the first episode, it was episode 6, but I gave you a little bit of crap about not having topics, and I said, there's tons of stuff to talk about. Oppenheimer, you seen it? No. Barbie, you seen it? No. But now, you told me when you walked in, you have seen Barbie.
Yeah, so you're like a film guy, right? You know,
I am like a film guy.
You like talking about movies on this show.
Sure.
So I thought I would do my part because I knew I was going to be on this week. So I figured,
Did you?
I figured I would do some work and go see a movie, and then maybe we could talk about it. Have you seen the new Barbie?
The one that I just brought up that I asked you?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I have not.
Okay. I have. So who's the movie guy now? And well, what do you want to talk about? What do you have any questions for me?
I want to know, what did you? But I mean, I want to know.
You've talked about it on the show before, right?
I mean, it's made over $1 billion, and I look at that kind of stuff. I'm not necessarily interested in going to see a movie about Barbie, but
right.
It's obviously it's been doing well. If anything, I want to hear your opinions on them.
All right. So first of all, I thought the movie was very boring.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
The entire movie, I was pretty bored.
Why do you say that, Andrew?
Why do I say it was boring?
But we can both agree it's been a big success, monetarily speaking, for the creators of the film.
I haven't
$1 billion. You don't agree that's a big success?
That's a big success. I just haven't done the research to know that, I guess.
For the sake of conversation, take me at my word that it's made $1 billion.
Should we look it up?
Barbie makes history with $1 billion box office.
That's history? It's never been done?
Not this early.
Really?
Yeah, it was going into its third weekend and it hit $1 billion.
And
now it's been
never happened.
Not ever before. And it's first female director to do $1 billion box office film.
Great.
My question to you though is whether you like it or not. What's something similar movie wise that you did at the very least enjoy? You know what I mean? I guess what I was hearing from the Barbenheimer crowd, right? Oppenheimer and Barbie, was that Barbie was full of color and it was fun and it was,
that's true.
Borderline obnoxious you know what I mean? And that Oppenheimer was the boring one. It's the one about the scientist. Now, personally, I loved Oppenheimer. I thought it was a fantastic piece of cinema. But you said the Barbie movie was boring.
I think it was extremely boring, yeah.
Why?
I think it was the story. It all happened really quick. Didn't care about the characters at all.
You didn't care about the characters at all?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's why I'm saying, give me an example of something similar, PG-13 movie, where you did care about the characters. Where you're like, oh, this is a great movie.
Oh, a recent movie? Or
it doesn't have to be recent, but I just want something to compare it to, where I'm like, oh, well, that makes sense, or that.
Right. And also, this movie, it probably isn't for me. It's probably for kids, right?
It's not. It wasn't supposed to be for kids.
Well, for
teens, young adults. Yeah.
I don't think
50?
I don't think the movie's for me.
Okay.
Yeah. So I thought it was very boring.
Did Brittany like it?
I don't think she liked it that much.
Interesting.
But it could have been because I said it was really boring. I didn't really care about the story. The beginning it all happened very quick. Where that she goes into the real world or something.
Right.
feel
Well,
like that all.
that's the problem, right? So like it's like if we're talking storyline wise, like you have to establish everything, and then
Yeah.
establish that there's a problem, and then get her. It's like Elf,
Mm-hmm.
like Santa and Elf,
Right. That beginning part was quite lengthy, right?
decently a lot of establishing time
Yeah, before he had to go in
to New York.
Yeah. Yeah, not the case here. I feel like she was out of there.
So you felt like we didn't spend enough time in Barbie Land.
Yeah, that's a good point. I feel like we should have had more time to grow with the main character.
That's actually I'm serious. I haven't heard that yet, which is interesting.
Mm-hmm. Like the exciting things that did happen weren't that cool, I guess.
Like,
There are some interesting shots.
What's an exciting thing that happened that wasn't cool?
Well, it's kind of political, the whole movie.
Yeah, sure, but whatever.
Which, I don't really find much fun in politics that much. There's like this big like war scene on the beach between all of the guys.
Kens, yeah.
And like it was like a cool shot, I guess, but there's just wasn't all that fun.
Right. What would you have done differently if you had to make a Barbie movie? Like if you were going to make the movie, you'd probably remove all the politics out of it.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's a large chunk of the film from what I've heard, but at the same time,
most of it is like it's mainly I feel like it was mostly like gender norms or something like that. I don't really know. It was like the women are in charge.
So you left it thinking like, what am I supposed to even take away from this?
Yeah, I guess I haven't really thought about it since I've seen it. The whole thing is the girls are in charge of Barbie Land, right?
Okay.
And then they go into the real world, and then the guys are like men rule the real world, right? Then they go back to the Barbie Land, and then like since Ken saw like men rule,
right,
he goes back to Barbie Land and like makes men rule Barbie Land.
So where's the harm in that?
Well, and then it's all just like, and then like the women have to take back the.
So it's a war against Ken versus Barbie.
Yeah, for a bit of the movie, it's like that. Yeah. But then it was also like the whole like the CEOs of Barbie, like the toy company.
Mattel.
They're trying to like secure the Barbie that got out of Barbie Land. So that's also happening in it. And I didn't care about any of like the CEOs or anything.
Right.
Cuz it wasn't that like the stakes weren't that high.
Right. Cuz we live in the real world.
In any regard.
What do you mean?
Well, the whole like overturning of like the political party in Barbie Land doesn't matter, not real. Didn't spend that much time in there anyway to really like understand it.
Right. So if we had spent like how much, honestly, like in the beginning before she goes on the journey, how much time in the film, timestamp wise, like how much time do you think there was before she has this existential crisis happen? And forget the actual number. How long did it feel like?
Oh, in the movie, how long were they in there?
In the very beginning, before she says, "Anybody ever think about dying or whatever?" Right? Like, how long did it feel like?
Just off memory, like 5 to 10 minutes.
Was it really that short?
That's what it felt like. Yeah.
Okay. And at that point in the film, you didn't really even know who Barbie was. Like, you didn't feel like you connected with either her or Ken. Like, you just didn't feel like any connection. There's no reason to like or dislike any of them.
Right.
They were just there, existing. So you didn't care when she goes through the existential crisis.
Yeah. And then when she was going to the real world, you would think that would be like a long journey, but it's like 30 seconds.
Yeah, montage-y kind of deal.
Yeah. Oh, you've probably seen like the shots, of them in the car and then on the spaceship and the boat, whatever.
That's the whole thing, right? And then they're in the real world.
Yeah.
Right.
I feel like that should have been more of a.
In what way?
Well, it shouldn't have just been like a montage. I feel like we should have seen them exit.
Well, so this is why people have been comparing that to Elf, or you could even say, like, have you seen Nightmare Before Christmas? The like Jack Skellington. It's a stop motion movie.
Yeah. Well, no, the elf thing. He just gets on he breaks off a little piece of the iceberg and then he floats to New York, right?
Well, no, he walks through the. They're comparing it to Elf because in the beginning, when he's still in the North Pole, when he's going to break off onto that iceberg piece, like there are shots similar to the Barbie movie. You know, like he interacts with animated characters and there's that kind of deal. That's the only comparison. But then after he floats off, he like lands on, I guess, North America and then has to like travel through the whole, like down to New York, basically.
Right.
You know, so.
I mean,
there's more of a real journey there.
Yeah, that's something that you could get away with just him getting on the iceberg and then floating to New York, because you can imagine that.
Right.
But like the whole like a toy getting out of imaginary land to the real world, I feel like
so they didn't bridge that gap at all.
They did with like the 4 shots of the montage.
So some of them look like Toyland. Some of the shots in the montage look like Toyland, and some of the shots look like they're driving in the real world.
No, it's all
Toyland. So they didn't bridge the gap, is what I'm saying. Like it's like a montage of all of that weird.
I kind of forget how it goes, but they have to like drive. They drive out.
Yeah.
In a car, and then that somehow turns into a boat.
Mm-hmm.
There's no like transition. It just
it's a montage.
Car,
click, click, click.
Boat. And I think it's a spaceship, and then it cuts to them on rollerblades in the real world.
That's weird.
Yeah, it doesn't make much sense. But, you know, I guess that's the point. Like, it's like, how do you make it make sense? But I feel like they could have...
Break off a chunk of ice and float to America?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they do. They, like, land in Venice Beach, right? They're, like, in California.
Yeah, I also don't know why they go there. They should be in, like, a child's bedroom, you know?
Which is bizarre and weird to say, but it's true. That would be an interesting kind of deal. Like, did you ever see, did you ever watch Disney Channel when you were a kid? Ever?
Yeah.
Did you ever see the movie Super Size Me? Not Super Size Me. I'm lying. It's called Life Size. It has Tyra Banks in it.
No.
This is the original trailer right here. So you start off, right? This movie, she's the only girl on the football team. She's a little girl football team.
The last thing Casey wanted was a doll.
This is Eve.
Let's go to the mall.
So the mom is dead, and the dad is dating this new woman that the little girl hates.
Mm-hmm.
And so wants to buy her a gift, buys her a Barbie doll. She's like 13, 14 years old.
I'm Eve, and you're my special friend.
Life Size, now on video and DVD.
Okay.
So very similar type deal, you know? And I'm going to spoil the ending of this one if you haven't seen it. It came out 25 years ago, so sorry. But Tyra Banks at the end decides to stay a life-size real person as well. Right. So it's a very, very similar type story on a significantly bigger budget.
Right. Yeah, I mean, pretty similar.
Be honest with you, this movie's probably better.
Definitely. I can tell.
And don't get me wrong, like she says stuff in there that's somewhat politically motivated, but it's more about the just being a good person. Like when she says to the lady with the fur coat, you shouldn't wear animals, you should, whatever, be nice to them or whatever. It's like, planetary, saving the planet crap. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Which, does that even matter? Because we're all going to get taken over by aliens anyway at some point. So
if they're real.
If they're real. If they're not, then we're just killing ourselves. So what are you going to do? But my point, though, is that it's I just find it interesting that they redid something so incredibly similar. And I just wanted your opinion on it. That's all.
Yeah. No, I mean, my opinion on the Barbie movie is it just wasn't all that interesting to watch.
Was it because of the so a lot of people are blaming the I don't care what the politics are. I'm saying that
I also don't care, and I think no, that's not why.
Do you get what I'm saying though? Like a lot of people are blaming the fact that it was as political as it was on the fact that it's bad. And I feel like because you're not a very political person in either any direction, you're just not. You just like to exist within your own thing.
I wish it was more political, to be honest. That would have made it more interesting.
So you feel like they did politics like incorrectly? Like they just didn't do it enough? Like it was
just wasn't
was it like
interesting.
tropey enough? Or I'm saying it was too tropey to like...
Well, they did it in a way that I didn't find that interesting.
But you just said you don't like politics.
Well, yeah, but if it was like comically like too much.
Some people are saying it was. That's why that's what I'm saying. Like some people are saying that it's like, you know, laughing at itself and it's like making fun of things that aren't really real. And some people are saying that it's exactly right.
I didn't laugh once. Didn't feel any emotion throughout the entire.
You didn't do the Andrew smirk face one time throughout the entire.
I didn't.
You sat there stone faced the whole movie.
Yeah. Yep. I didn't find a single part of it funny.
Wow.
Sad. Any type of
sad.
emotion.
You're not gonna. Yeah, I'm not gonna. You're not gonna get tears out of me at the Barbie movie.
Brittany said she almost cried.
It's a lot. Okay, so
Almost.
Again, not in a sexist way at all, but a lot of girls are saying that they got very emotional, especially at the end. There's like a montage of like mothers and daughters and stuff like that.
I thought that was I would have to watch it again, but I thought that was a really bad montage.
Right.
Again, not for me because I'm not a
mother or daughter.
Yeah, so I guess I couldn't relate, but I thought the shots that they chose weren't that like.
That's interesting.
Because like the comedy in it wasn't. It just wasn't for me. I guess like Will Ferrell was like the comic relief thing.
Yeah.
Right.
Wasn't he just like an idiot? He just ran around and.
Yeah. No, nothing he did was all that funny to me. And yeah.
Yeah, maybe
I'm trying to think of anything that could be a little funny, but I don't think so.
Because I liked the Ryan Gosling. Not gonna lie, and I thought that the scenes with the Kens.
You have a crush on him?
No, but I love a good gay joke. You know, I love the beat you off scene.
Yeah, I didn't think that was funny.
Come on.
I didn't.
See, that's what I'm saying.
Laugh.
I didn't even get a little smirk.
I didn't laugh. I didn't want to laugh. I wanted to laugh.
Did you?
Well, yeah. I mean, who doesn't want to laugh? But
right, but I feel like it's
like
I laugh at a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
and I feel like, but we also have different laughs. Like I can't control my laugh, even though I laugh at a lot of stuff. It is very loud. You have a very subdued laugh. Like there's no ROTF LOLing with you. You know,
no, nothing in the movie made me even like
smirk.
Yeah,
like
nothing. It was not funny. The movie was not funny to me.
Wow.
They tried. Like I know that they had jokes in there.
Yeah.
But none of them were just for me.
None of them landed. Not a single thing.
Zero.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and there's it's like a musical as well. There's a lot of songs in it.
Yeah.
And I don't really like musicals. So I guess that's also a reason why it's not for me.
Yeah, but could you have, if the story was good, could you have gotten over that?
Oh yeah.
If the story had been good, you could have gotten over the musical aspect of it.
I think there was like 4 or 5 songs.
That's not a musical, dude.
Yeah, but
musical is all songs.
Well, there were songs in it that explained or like progressed.
Oh, that's annoying.
You know, there was yeah. I mean, like the scene right there is like a huge like dance song.
That's cool though.
I guess it's that style of movie is just. It's not my style.
I get that. That. But you said the movie was boring. I mean,
it's very boring.
They certainly cut a good trailer. It looks not boring.
Every day from now until forever.
I mean, like if you like dancing videos, then this part might be not boring.
You can know the truth about the universe. The choice is now yours.
The first one, the high heel. You have to want to know, okay?
Okay, so I'll say this. That style of humor never gets me. I think it's so dumb. I like smart humor. This would be a good topic, just humor in general. Like I really like British humor. Like quick-witted. Let me tell you, The
like,
Brits,
like Shaun of the Dead.
yes,
That
or
crew.
even more so, like Ricky Gervais.
Okay.
Like super. It doesn't matter if the character themselves is an idiot, like in The Office, right? The British version.
Yeah.
Like Ricky Gervais plays an idiot in that, but he's hilarious. And to me, the British Office is way funnier than the American Office.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've watched either of them. I'm not really a fan of the American Office, but
I didn't watch the British one.
it's just when it comes to like British humor, I just like the quick-witted, snappy, and it's all you have to like stay on your toes. Like they insult each other, and it's like you have to have 3 of them lined up, ready
definitely.
to go.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
And then you have this. This is very American kind of like, you know, do you want to have your perfect life or do you want to struggle? And the character, what are they going to say? You know, oh, she goes, perfect life. And then the dumbness of the response of like, try again, you have to pick the bad one. Like, that's so dumb. It's just so low, like.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it. That's it, by the way.
That's literally the montage?
Pretty much. Except those shots are just longer.
What I don't like is that throughout these shots, there's nothing that blends the real with the fake. Like, they don't get more realistic or anything. Like, that's clearly a backdrop.
Mm-hmm.
It would be.
Oh, yeah, I see what you're saying.
It'd be funny if they had the toy car, but they were really in the woods, and they could green screen it. I don't care, but I'm saying like something that goes from we're in space without helmets on to like.
I agree. Yeah, I think they could have had shots like this, except it shows that they're getting realer. Yeah.
Right. And then if they had something where like the last one was partially fake and they're in the outfits where they're skating through Venice Beach, and then they like skate off screen and then skate on screen into like that would be interesting.
Right. Yeah, I forget what the shot is when they arrive in.
Like there's no transition. There's no like portal. They're just there.
Yeah.
That's weird.
I forget if there's like an effect or something that like they pop through.
That's annoying. Like that's annoying. And it's like cheap to me. I don't like that. I want to see a big like a. Okay, prime example of a shot that I really like that is like one of those shots that makes me want to make movies is in Wizard of Oz when they like did the double and the black and white and then it's actually all shot in color, but then they painted a girl silver and all that stuff. When she goes first into Oz, the breakdown of that one piece of film is so cool to me. Yeah. That's sick. That's cheap, the showing the skates. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. Like that's just like, oh, you didn't even fucking try. And like you spent $150 million. You know what I mean? Like, come on, man.
Yeah, I mean like those other shots, they're cool. I guess it would cost a lot of money to make those shots. And it's like what is it? It's like 2D type of shots where like, and they're all the same. I guess that's kind of cool, but story-wise, it doesn't make much sense. And if it was more of like an adventure that like that would have been like a prime time for those characters to like bond, and then we get to know the characters.
But I said it right from the very first time I saw the trailer, like she gets slapped on the ass by some guy at Venice Beach, and she turns around and punches a guy. And then she goes to jail?
Yeah, she goes to jail.
Because she...
Or, no, she doesn't...
Because she was assaulted?
I don't think she goes to jail. She's just in the, like...
She gets bucked.
The police station.
Right.
And then they let her go.
So is it not weird also, story-wise, that, like, if Will Ferrell acknowledges Barbie world as a real thing, that it negates the whole... Like, where is Barbie world then?
Yeah, that's right. Well, Will Ferrell and his team goes to
Barbie Land, Barbie World?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Well, they do the whole thing in reverse. They rollerblade, then they go to like the camping trailer, the space and ocean and
No, I don't like that.
Yeah. But again, I think the movie actually probably would have been better if that whole thing wasn't there. The CEOs and stuff.
You know what I've never understood about Christmas movies? I'm not changing the subject at all, but I was going to say like the one of the appeals for like Elf, right, as a movie, Because you got to admit, Elf's a decent film.
Yeah, I like Elf.
Elf's a decent film.
Mm-hmm.
One of the appeals, though, is that when he gets to New York, James Caan, who plays his father, is like, who are you? Like, you're a freak. You're from where? Like, that place doesn't exist.
Yeah.
So for Will Ferrell in this to be like, Barbie World's real is annoying to me. How do you feel about Santa Claus?
He's cool.
Right? Cool dude.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm not going to say anything about him. I want presents.
See? Okay, so this is my point, right? But in their kids' movies, don't get me wrong. But one thing I've always thought that was kind of, as I got older, that I thought was kind of weird about Christmas movies in general, and I mean ones that revolve around Santa Claus as an idea, where the parents...
Yeah, they don't believe.
They don't believe in Santa Claus, but he's real in the movie. But the parents don't believe because they're the ones that put the presents under the tree.
Yeah, but they're not because Santa also gives.
So, like, how do they?
Yeah, I guess.
That dichotomy of, like, so there's presents that came here and, like, but Santa's not real. But, like, would you not, like, if, like, let's say Santa, so no one believes in Santa Claus, right? Mm-hmm. You're, let's say you're like 35, maybe 40. You and Brittany have, like, 2 little kids. You go to bed and then... You don't believe in Santa Claus, but you wake up the next morning, and, like, are you not looking at Brittany being like, did you, like, put these under, like, where did these come from? Like, no one wonders where the presents come from?
Maybe it's like, oh, yeah, no, I got all those, you know? And then one of the parents looks great, but it's a lie.
Maybe, yeah. Or maybe there's some, like, dust that makes you think you bought them.
And aren't all of the parents also, like, on the naughty list so they don't get presents?
No.
Or some of them?
It's after.
The mom and Elf, she wasn't on the naughty list, right?
Right. Whatever happened?
So she
like,
gets presents.
Good. There's a great movie. It's actually another Disney Channel original movie, and it was like one of the first ones ever. It had Kirstie Alley in it. I don't know if you've ever heard of this or not. She plays a tooth fairy, and it's called Toothless, and it's really cheap. I mean, like, you can see the camera in some shots.
Nice.
Like, it's really cheaply done. And it's one of my favorite movies, though. It's like really, really good.
Mm-hmm.
One of my favorite, like, kids movies, though, from when I was growing up. And it's very interesting. The way that they explain it is that parents stop believing in the tooth fairy when they lose their last baby tooth. It's like the last part of your innocence. Mm-hmm. So, because you lose a tooth, you put it under the pillow, tooth fairy comes. So all these kids can see the tooth fairy, and it ends with Kirstie Alley. She's a dentist, of course. She gets hit by a truck. She's leaving her office. She gets hit by a truck. Mm-hmm. Goes to purgatory, and they can't decide whether or not they're going to send her to heaven or hell. So
because she doesn't believe in the tooth fairy?
No. Just because you have to, like, you have to serve because she's a dentist, she served out a ton of her life, like, inflicting pain on others, I guess, because she's a dentist and
surgery, cavity filling.
Right, stuff like that, right? So her punishment is that she has to be the tooth fairy for X amount of time, whatever that means. And it's like these are like punishments in purgatory. So someone has to be the Easter bunny, basically. And
to
atone for the sins of their earthly ways.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, no, it's a great little film. And they shot, like, the purgatory scene is shot out all in a desert with, like, 1950s, like, those silver trailers that they used to have. Looks like a, you know? It's just a great, it's a cool idea.
Yeah.
It's actually, you like, care about the characters. I'm just thinking, like, back on the film. I think you'll love it. Can I pull it?
Yeah, I'll see it.
Yeah, I wanted you to see the end of the,
Catherine! Hey, Catherine!
Hey, Mindy! I'll see you later. Okay.
Oh, it's not a truck. It's like a bicycle rider. Watch. Oh, no, it is. Maybe it's a car or something. I don't know. Look at.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty good.
That's at the end of the movie that happens?
No, I paused it. No. That's the beginning of the film. So that's
part 1. Okay.
This, and it's like 16 parts. We're not watching the whole thing. But now we're gonna go to purgatory here. But I just wanted, like, that montage of, like,
that's really good.
This I knew you'd love that, dude. You should watch this at some point. It's actually worth it. Fade in. love the music.
Cool music.
Yeah. Watch these shots, dude. I love how the music's like so. But see, the funny thing to me, right, is that no one has said anything, and you know exactly what you're looking at here.
Yeah.
This is like really good visual storytelling, in my opinion, even though it looks super cheap. But do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, it works. It works.
Totally works.
Yeah.
And like the low, what is it, the tuba they use or something when they show that.
Yeah, the elevator.
The elevator. Yeah. I love that. The world. And there's a. I love how the elevator has one button.
Yeah, true.
It only goes down.
That's
like,
fair.
Absolutely, though. It's so good. It's so good. Also, only one button.
Such a long take. Such a long take.
The whole thing is like one take, but I also like the humor too. It's very rapid. So why don't you take a moment? She sits down totally like distraught, right? She goes, the second she sits down, okay, now that you've had a moment, why don't you, I love that. Like, that's so good. They don't do it like that anymore. I don't know.
Yeah.
Dentist.
Ivory room, follow the map.
What kind of a ivory room? What is the point here? I don't know. What supervisor? Where will I find the supervisor? I don't know where I am.
Look, watch. Camera shadow. Like, also, like, the close-up on the ass shot as the transition.
Didn't really need that. They should have gone in on the map.
Yeah, I thought that would have been interesting as well. But I just thought it was
Yeah, why did they go in on
her rear end.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Huh. Because she turned for it.
Catherine Lewis, you're a long way from the ivory room. Do I know you? I'm Rogers, your supervisor.
Rogers, that's what it is.
Nice belt, Rogers. Come along, please. You're already way behind schedule.
We're at T-minus 10 and counting.
Please, Joe, don't do it.
Steady on the subgallant area.
How about $20?
All fixed.
What's up, Bob?
Nice.
It's only money
Distance
nobody
made.
knows.
Can we talk about how they did it in 24?
Yeah, the
and
slow-mo.
slowed it down even though it was in 24, so it just went like this.
Yeah, I do like that look.
You're out of your mind.
You don't like that?
I think you're great. I think it looks so bad, but like,
well, yeah, but like
that's the appeal.
If someone were to do that now, it's pretty funny.
Agreed.
Yeah. I'm surprised we haven't done that yet.
You
Yeah.
can slow 24 down so much that it just fades like a slideshow. It's like, it's so good.
Yep.
Where's that elevator going? Down. Down? Down. Oh. Don't hit the button. No, please, there's been a mistake. Help me. Please, help me. What's happening? I'm sorry. Help. Please, I'm dead. Please, help me. I didn't mean it. Come along, please.
The entirety of this film, we could make for free.
You think so?
100%.
All that custom signage, though?
Oh, yeah. Okay. So I will admit that the signage is a little custom and getting like the trailers.
Yeah, all the stuff in the desert.
But they didn't have trailers there on this day. All these close-up shots.
Yeah, true.
You know, and you get a shot of the elevator when you have it there. They didn't have the elevator in this shot. It was shot on a green screen.
Yeah.
With a guy just screaming in it for
so it does come back up. There must be a button down there to bring it back up.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. I think it's pretty good though.
Yeah.
There's one last little tropey moment. Okay. I mean, there's crazy green screen flying through the city.
Okay.
But like we can look at all of this. We don't have to watch the whole movie, but
Rogers, come on. Talk to me. Where am I? Am I in heaven? Hardly. You're in limbo, a place where people wait to be judged suitable for heaven or hell, depending on how one chose to spend one's life. When will I be judged?
They did have the trailers.
Oh, yeah, there's a lot of oneers on this.
Yeah.
But they probably only had this set up like this for one day is my point. That's why they do all these one takes.
Definitely. But all like the custom signs and stuff, those definitely can't be cheap, right?
No, I don't think they're cheap. It's not. I get what you're saying. I said for free. That's fair. That's a good point. But what I'm saying is like, if you had the setup for can we just talk about like what it takes to like this is a full script,
Yeah.
and you're doing these one takes. It's not like you say like Rogers, where am I? Okay, cut. Going over here. Or I'm Rogers, come with me. Whoopsh, and then they cut. Okay, come over here. Like, these aren't a lot of setups. This is a guy with a camera on his shoulder.
Yeah, just following him.
And they're just talking. Like, it's just pages and pages and pages of dialogue they have to memorize. It's just crazy. And, like, what do you do if you mess it up?
Yeah, start over.
That's what I'm saying, I guess with a shoulder rig, it's a little bit easier. You go, all right, we'll just take it from here and cut and put it together. But, like, there's a lot of long one takes in this.
Yeah, definitely.
So after she gets assigned, she goes to flight training, which is the last part of this part that I want you to see, and then we can look at some of the but the effects-wise, there's no way that you, me, Sam, Colin couldn't make this exact film and probably make it better.
With the tech.
Yeah.
The tech we got now.
It's insane. But it's a great... My point is, after... Even now, like, I have the chills watching. Like, I already feel emotionally connected, and you haven't even seen the beginning part of it.
Right.
But it was a full 15 minutes of, like, getting to know who she is from when she was a little girl, her backstory, like, who she is now.
Yeah.
The way... Her sense of humor, her outlook on life, all of that stuff. And then she dies. And you go, oh, my God. She's dead. Not really. There's a whole movie coming up,
Yeah.
It's just interesting. I don't know. It's just in comparison to what you're saying about Barbie.
Right. Yeah, definitely.
Time frame involved. Do you really expect me to just sit around here on my duff while you people judge my life and just let time slip away? You spent your time so preciously on Earth. I'm seeing the manager. Where do you think you are? Programs are posted. Let's have a look.
There's the cut.
That was a long take, too.
Personal dentist for Genghis. Little children will be so pleased to know you're coming. Children will be so... Little children? Stop right there, Rogers.
The push-in?
Don't tell me I'm the tooth fairy.
So good.
Something like that. Rogers! Don't touch me. Well, look at these photos.
I also like Rogers a lot. Don't touch me.
It's just not my thing. I don't listen. We're politically correct in limbo. I talk to around here.
It's
Destiny is anywhere in
that British accent, it's getting you. Or
It
whatever accent.
does get me. The accent, it goes a long way.
Yeah.
This is where you will receive your training.
Watch the transition.
Administration of the reward. Flying. Flying? I'm learning to fly now? Well, we can't just open a window and drop you out. Ah!
Bird, you gotta listen, man. Rhythm and time and rhythm and time. No. Hop, hop, hop. Spring from the buttocks, man.
Is he a tooth fairy, too?
So, like, they literally just used an empty, like, Warner Brothers soundstage.
Yeah.
Like, it's all it is for training. It's just great.
Yeah, it's got that, like, I don't even know what kind of style that is. Like the desert, like industrial type.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
100%. But, like, I guess I just, from a filmmaking perspective, like, the story actually is so important. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. No, I think it's the only thing that matters.
But, it doesn't matter if it's a comedy, a drama, a romantic, whatever. Like, it doesn't matter what it is. If you don't give a shit about the story and you just throw money at set and...
I agree. Yeah, I mean, it's the whole, like all the superhero movies and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I don't... I guess I haven't really seen any of them, but they don't interest me at all because... Like, I feel like the stories are kind of poopy.
And then there's a great joke that they call back to. Of course, you have this comic relief character.
Okay, now, this is how you work the magic. Are you ready? Dum, 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 dum. Come on. Dum, 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 bum, bum. Come on. Bum, bum.
Sound familiar?
Bum, bum, bum.
Shut up.
Remember that?
Okay, ready?
Slowly bring them down to my side. And then I put my hands to the side like this, and then I'm flying. Flying. Whoa. Oh, look! I'm flying! I'm flying! Oh! This is cool. I'm flying. I am Air Catherine.
Use your body English. Use your body English.
I don't think my body speaks English.
Go ahead.
Oh dear. Oh,
Here you go.
Oh my. Oh!
Black girl.
I suppose you'll cover stopping in your next lesson?
So I'm.
Nice.
I always like when you see shots like that and you realize that she's obviously on a rig of some sort that's being, she's being directed or like moved around by someone else on the opposite end of a weighted thing. So imagine being the guy who's like, okay, so Andrew, you're the grip for this, wire rig, and I need you to just throw Kirstie Alley into that wall over there.
Yeah.
Like action. I feel like that'd be kind of funny.
That'd be fun.
Yeah, right?
I've never done that.
Be interesting.
Yeah. I've never worked with any harnesses.
Right.
Have you?
No.
Ah.
So this typewriter, every time a kid loses a tooth, it types the name and address of the kid so she can go retrieve the bicuspid. Watch this.
Pretty good. Pretty good. It just keeps going. Yeah. Are they they're not showing her taking the teeth though? Is that not needed? Guess we all know what she's doing, right?
Yep. There's the I love that she's see-through. Another moment where there's a guy with a leaf blower right in front of her, just like.
Yeah. So she's been to all these places and she still doesn't quite know how to fly.
Well, that's what's funny. I also wish they had started with this shot because it would make more sense.
True.
But
yeah, she's just like walking, and the other ones.
Yeah, she's like kind of like gliding over Paris and everything else. Anyway. All of this is going to be cut out, but
right.
But no, I think that so when I say now, like that movie Toothless with Kirstie Alley,
right?
I just feel like that one. Listen, I've seen the whole movie.
So much more interesting than Barbie.
I can't tell if you're being serious or not.
No, I'm serious. I would rather watch this.
It's a really good movie.
Yeah.
For what it is, it's a movie about Tooth Fairy. I mean, let's be honest here, right?
Yeah.
But we're talking about in comparison to a Barbie doll.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I would rather watch this.
I would rather watch this. Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, the only thing that Barbie's got going for it is the colors and the sets.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean anything. Like, if the story isn't good or if the characters aren't interesting.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
I would recommend the Barbie movie if you're all about visuals.
Mm-hmm.
I guess if you like dancing. I wouldn't recommend this movie to almost anyone.
You wouldn't recommend this movie to almost anyone?
Yeah, I wouldn't.
Because you don't like it? Or if you met someone who you thought that it worked for, you would recommend it?
I don't even know who this movie would work for.
Really?
Yeah. Because I guess it's not a kid's movie. There's a lot of inappropriate
adult
things
humor
in it. I suppose maybe it's for the teens.
That's fair. Well, but Brittany liked it. Ish.
Yeah. Oh, actually, want to know a funny story about
Please,
about
yes.
the experience of going? So we went to the beach I think last episode we were talking about that we were going to go to the beach on Sunday.
Did you beach off?
Yeah.
Okay.
We were at the beach for like 3 hours.
Insert image of Andrew at the beach here. Bing. I have one. I have one.
Really?
Yeah. Brittany sent me one of you like this.
On the beach?
Well, no, but next to the car.
Gotcha. Yeah, so we went to the beach. During our time at the beach, Brittany thought it would be a good idea to see a movie after.
Mm-hmm.
So we left the beach at like 3 or 4, I think. Movie was at 6:30. Okay? So we drive. We get a burrito bowl.
Nice.
Eat
Chipotle or Qdoba?
Qdoba. We you don't like that?
No, it's just an interesting choice.
Okay. I prefer that.
Chipotle like name brand, you know? Like if you were to buy Advil and then Qdoba's like CVS brand acetaminophen.
Really? You think that?
Chipotle was first. They're both incredibly unhealthy, so it doesn't matter. But
was it first?
I believe so, yeah.
Okay. So we're like quickly eating the burrito bowl to make it to the movie.
Yeah.
Right? We make it to the movie
covered
like
in
exactly
pico
when
de
the
gallo
and
everything
the
else.
Pico, the corn salsa.
Yes.
And we get to the theater, we get to our seats, back row, middle.
Nice.
You like those seats?
I do.
That my personal favorite, Brittany's favorite too.
Do you go to IMAX or did you go to like a regular movie theater?
Yeah, it was IMAX. Well,
okay,
no,
so
I don't know what the tiers are. It was the nicest theater in the.
You're so good.
What
taking Brittany to
is
the
that
nicest
IMAX?
theater you can. Well, no, IMAX is just a large screen. Like that's just a large format viewing.
Yeah, but like every movie theater has like a bigger. But it was like a big. It was the only theater with like special signage saying like this one is better.
Oh, maybe it was IMAX then. I don't even know. Maybe I can look it up. But go ahead, I'm listening.
So we get there, get to our seats. The previews start like right when we sit down. Okay, good timing.
So you're on time. Yeah. Okay. Good
timing.
Yeah. Not laughing yet, but yeah.
The movie's about to start. We're on like the third or fourth trailer, and someone comes up and says that we're in their seat.
Because AMC has the gold seat. Like you got to pick them ahead of time.
I don't know. Well, yeah,
they do.
Well, no,
yeah.
Brittany was the one who ordered the tickets.
I know, but you're supposed to pick seats.
Yeah, she did.
She didn't, but you chose to sit where you wanted to sit instead of the seats that you picked.
No, we sat in the seats that Brittany picked. The back,
100%.
The back middle.
100%. Those were your seats.
No, because I used to work at a movie theater, right? So I know like how it works.
You would work. I could see you working at a movie theater.
And
what did you do at the movie theater?
Okay, so there's a few things I did actually. I didn't really rip the tickets. That was, like one person really did that, and like they just.
So that is a special job, ticket ripper.
No, it's just like someone who can just do it. I don't really know. I guess,
they very difficult to rip?
No, they're not. I think it's just like preference, Like I'd rather have this person rip the tickets rather than clean up the popcorn or interact with customers like in a money way.
Oh, okay, like concessions and stuff like that.
Yeah, so you got the concession stand where you sell like food, the drinks, the popcorn.
Concessions.
But in the theater that I worked at, they also had a kitchen, so they could order like
hot food.
Hot food. Yeah.
Wow.
So that ties into another job that you could have, which is like running the food to the people.
While the movie's going, people were
so annoying. So annoying.
That's kind of crazy,
right?
Would you work at like a Chunky's or did you work at like a?
It was called.
Okay.
It's in where is it?
So there's
Littleton, I think.
There's a Chunky's in Haver. Oh, because you're from South Shore.
I'm from the Worcester area.
Yeah, whatever. Same thing. Anything below North Shore is South Shore to me. All right, Boston, South Shore, it's all the same shit.
Well, it's central. It's central Mass.
Whatever. Springfield, same shit. So my point is like it's all the same. It's all the same shit. My point is that there's a place in Haverhill, if you guys ever want to go to go see a movie, where it's literally set up like it's tables, like 10-foot tables, and they have Lincoln and Cadillac seats from like the 70s, and they're
Yeah.
on like a swivel.
I've heard of it.
I've been.
never
I
done
went and saw a Taxi Driver
Yeah.
with my dad there. That was sick.
Nice.
But you order like if they literally come over and take your order before the movie starts.
Yeah,
and
and
then
they time it out correctly.
Yeah, and they serve you food, and you're like watching the movie and like eating.
Yeah.
You know, but which is sick.
Mm-hmm.
It's crap. I mean, it's the food is fucking. It's shit food. It's chicken fingers and fucking fries. You know what I mean?
No, the food that the place had was actually not bad.
But you had to. But my point though is that this setup that I'm talking about was a dining room style
That sounds
setup.
so much better.
Okay,
That
so you
sounds so
actually
much
were walking like through aisles.
It was terrible.
Oh my god!
It was terrible.
Oh my god!
The it doesn't make sense because the food, like let's say there's a packed theater and everyone orders food.
Yeah.
Like the kitchen can only do so much.
Yeah.
So like the movie, ideally all the food would be in the theater before the movie starts, right?
Yeah.
But sometimes like that's not the case. So you have to like it's dark, like all the lights are off, the movie's starting. You have to like walk in the middle of the row with like, 4 things of like 4
nachos.
boxes. Yeah, like burgers, like
oh my
salad.
god!
But
what
it's
a pain in the ass.
But it's also not a good experience to like eat it, I think, because it's dark.
There's no table. There's nothing. You can't put anything down.
There are tables.
Was it like a school desk kind of slide up type deal?
Yeah.
Okay.
And like the reclining seats. It was like a nice theater, but
the house lights come up at the end, and you got ketchup all over your.
Yeah,
self.
like I don't know. I guess if I were to eat something, I want to like see it.
You're fair
before I'm eating it.
That's a fair point.
Especially if you get like a
nachos,
like a chicken. Like this.
They served whole chickens.
No, it's like chicken breast with whatever side that came with it.
So these are like meals like, that are going out.
Yeah, it was like they also had like a little restaurant section. In the,
right, but
where you could not watch movies.
So let me ask you this: what was the cleanup like?
It varied.
Because I mean, it's like common knowledge.
Probably worse than like
a regular theater.
Yeah,
with popcorn and a guy with a broom and a bucket. You know. That's
I
funny.
mean, like sometimes sauces and stuff.
Oh,
but
it's fucking vile, man. That's vile. That's really like.
Yeah, and that would be the other job. Like the other job is like just an usher.
So it's a whole separate gig. Like
but like. Me personally, I would kind of like bounce around each,
Yeah,
it kind of just was like whoever needed to.
Except ticket ripper, you were not qualified to rip tickets.
Overqualified. Yeah, because like if it's literally just ripping the ticket and saying like it's the theater's that way.
Yeah.
Would you rather have someone who's like able to clean an entire theater on their own, like do that? Or would you rather them clean the theater?
I don't know. Ripping tickets could be a difficult, you are the barrier between the paid and the unpaid.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And like they also had to like check the bags and stuff. Like, hey, like you have like you're smuggling candy in or something, which happened. And
wait, why can't do that?
Well, like like the rule of movie theaters, like you have to buy the food at the concession stand. You can't bring in like
but it's like $75 for a bottle of water.
It is.
So like I always bring a snack.
Yeah, as you should. I think it's a dumb rule.
I didn't for Oppenheimer. I was just sitting there for 3 hours staring. It was so good.
Yeah,
I liked it a lot.
I mean, there was this one kid who was ripping tickets and like he was like checking the bags and stuff. And there was this one older guy who was like trying to bring in a bag of M&Ms.
Mm-hmm.
And, we sold the boxes, not the bag. So we knew he brought it from outside. And the guy like tried to walk past him. He's like, like there were like high school kids working there, I was in college.
Like,
but,
what do you do? What are you going to realistically do? Are you the cops now?
It was like my first week there. So this high school kid was teaching me like how to rip tickets. Cause I had to like go through like orientation and like, float with, but they were all like high school kids,
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, like I can see what you're doing. It's pretty, but a guy
so
tried.
No one ever called anybody out though. Like you're not supposed to do it, but nobody ever like stopped someone and said you're getting kicked out. You brought M&Ms into.
Whenever I was in that position, which was like a handful of times, no, I didn't care. But this kid who was ripping the tickets and checking the bags, he was like, no, you can't go in. And the customer like tried to walk by him. He's like, get out of here. Like I'm bringing my M&Ms that I bought.
Yeah. Like, what are you doing?
And like the kid, like almost like clotheslined him, like he like was holding him back, and he's like, "Call a manager."
Jesus.
So like the manager had to come over, and like it was all really embarrassing. Like the manager was like, "Yeah, like can't bring that into the theater. We can hold it here for you, so you can like
have him on the way out."
Yeah.
Oh my God. So what did the guy say?
Well, he had to do it, or else, you know.
And this is like,
I guess he would have been kicked out if.
And this is like down in like South Shore, Mass. So like.
Yeah.
So like.
Sure. I don't even know what that means.
Yeah, well, it's just anything.
It's not on the shore. It's not on the shore.
I know, but it's like it's southern. So like the it's just down there.
Yeah.
So the so what did was the guy like? You know how there's like certain people. Like, listen, dude, Massachusetts.
The guy trying to bring the M&Ms in, he was pissed.
No, I know, but I want to know what he was like.
He's exactly what you're imagining.
In Massachusetts specifically, let's say you got to run to the grocery store, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just for like 2 items. Nothing crazy. You run in, you grab your items, you go to the counter to check out, right?
Yeah.
There's always that one guy behind you, right? You're grabbing like just a thing of hamburger buns, say, right?
Mm-hmm.
And there's always that one, only in Massachusetts, there's always that one guy behind you who's like, having a big party? Having a bunch of people over? Are we? Huh?
This actually happened.
Where's my invite? You know, like
this
that
happened
kind of shit.
today. This happened today.
Oh my God! Tell me.
Me and Brittany, we went to the grocery store this morning, and there was this guy who was looking at the cherries.
Yeah.
And like they were all pretty decent sized cherry bags, like you know, large. There weren't any
5-pound bags or whatever.
Yeah.
Or like I don't know, pound
he was
bags.
He was like, where are the small bags? Like I'm just trying to get I'm just a guy trying to get like 1 pound of cherries. Why can't
talking to
Brittany. I was getting some peaches.
Okay.
And then Brittany was alone, like waiting, and then he was telling her that.
That's so awkward, dude.
Yeah. But like I was like right there and I heard it. And then the same thing, we were getting some asparagus. Same guy. He's looking at the romaine lettuce and he's like, romaine lettuce. Like the heads are so small nowadays. Like talking to us again. We're like, yeah, I guess. And then he picks one up and Brittany's like, oh, that is really small. And he's like,
of course, she makes a fucking friend. Of course.
Yeah.
That's so funny. That is so funny, dude.
2 times in a row.
Anyway, let's like backtrack a little bit here. This is a story about you going to see Barbie. So you're eating your bowl.
Oh yeah.
Right?
We ate the bowl, we get to our seats. Other people say we're in their seats. Brittany takes out her tickets and she's like our seats are A 7 and 8. And I was like, and now we're in the wrong. You
and now it's our fault.
You chose A 7 and 8. That's front row, not back row. So we had to
oh no.
So I was just like, sorry, I guess we'll move. These are your seats.
Oh, of course.
You know? So we go to the front. We go all the way to the front row.
God.
Movie's about to start, right? And we sit down. We're like, we gotta leave. We can't sit here. It's too weird.
So you didn't even watch the movie?
Have you ever sat in the front row?
Did you watch the Barbie movie or no?
Yeah. We just saw a later show.
Oh, okay.
But have you ever sat?
You bought 4 tickets worth?
We got refunded.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm listening.
But I thought it was funny from the people who kicked us out, their perspective, because they
saw you leave.
They saw us go to the very front and sit down for like 5 minutes and then leave and never come back.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. I gotta add, that's also, I feel like, a very New England thing. But it's only certain types of people, though. Like, I would never do that. Would you ever do that?
Kick someone out?
Yeah, like, I don't know. Like, I feel like I would pick the next 2 seats. Was the theater full?
Pretty much, yeah.
It was full.
Yeah.
So there's a full theater of people, 2 empty seats at the front and 2 empty seats at the back, and you went.
There's
like those.
In their situation, they yeah, I mean there was like 5 of them, and they were like all in a row.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah,
but
I don't know, dude. Listen, every other time besides Oppenheimer that I've been to in the past, 2 years, it doesn't matter. There's
it
always
definitely
seats.
mattered.
Okay, so yeah, so there's a lot of people seeing
The
this
front,
movie, so.
well, like the only seats that were available were like the front 2 rows.
And this doesn't premiere for a little while because it's relatively early in the week, and we premiere on Mondays. But like you just saw this yesterday, right?
It was on Sunday.
So okay, so whatever, yeah.
Yeah.
But my point is like this isn't the premiere of the Barbie movie. This is
No.
like 5 weeks in.
Yeah, it was still pretty busy, and even
That's crazy, dude.
So that was the 6:30 show, and then we swapped them out for a 9:30 show, and it's still kind of like it wasn't full, but there were still a decent amount of people, and we did get the back middle seats on the second
good.
showing.
That's
Yeah.
good. So you were happy.
Yeah, same exact seats that we were wrongfully
out of.
in. Yeah,
Yeah.
So it felt good. Same theater and everything. So
That's awesome, man. It's so weird, this whole podcast thing, because like as we're coming to a close here and we're winding down, it's very interesting to me that we're able to kind of create a conversation out of nothing. And I appreciate you indulging me.
yeah, I came prepared with a movie topic for you.
Yeah, well, that was nice. That was good, you know?
Yeah.
And but even still, like talking about your old job, like that's exactly what I'm looking for. Like that was funny. That was good stuff.
Okay, it's all related. It's all related.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. I'm saying thank you.
Oh yeah. Can't talk about it again though. So
I'm sure there's more stories in the future somewhere we can
about the movie theater.
just things in general.
Okay.
I'll definitely recall it at some point.
Yeah.
I'll do a call back to like, hey, do you do that in a movie theater?
Right.
You
Yeah,
know?
I know all the ins and outs of that place at least. I don't know how other.
Did they have a projector or was it digital or what? How did it work?
It was all digital.
So it wasn't like a reels of
Yeah,
film.
No.
Boring.
I mean, but it was a projector.
So you just click a button and it played.
It was on a timer. No one even had to do anything.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Who is the guy that comes in and like gives the new movies? Like who does the
It's
new
all
handled by corporate?
It's like I think there's 2 locations in this movie theater, and I don't know. I think it's just all online. Like they schedule it all, and they're all connected to the projectors, and then they.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's just a distribution thing.
I think so.
Like,
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Mhm.
Okay. Cool,
I
man.
don't know. But maybe there was like a physical thing,
Operator guy.
not an operator, but like a physical, like flash drive or whatever movies come in for movie theaters.
And you just stick it in and
Yeah.
interesting. Cool, man. Well, it's been fun. 3 times a charm, right?
Yeah.
It's good stuff.
Yeah. Let me know. Let Nick know. Out of the 3 episodes, which ones were your favorite?
I feel like I've been getting calmer.
Mm-hmm.
You need to be more inflammatory. You need to say something to me like the Barbie movie was great, and I
Yeah, you didn't yell at all. I would say this was the worst episode that I've done.
love that for you.
Yeah.
I love that you said that because you talked the most in this episode as opposed to the other 2. And like I was like genuinely curious about the job at the movie theater and everything. You did really good. I was like impressed.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I think this was the worst one, and
Why are you saying it like
I
that?
think the first one was the best
Why are you saying it like that? Like this was the worst one. Why do you say that?
out of the 3.
Yeah,
I'm
but,
not saying it's bad. I'm just saying in comparison to the other 2, I think this one fell flat. In comparison,
fell flat.
still an amazing episode. Don't get me wrong, but
Right.
I think in comparison, this one fell short, and
Yeah.
So this one I might lose some subscribers.
Why would you say something
I'm
like
just
that?
saying.
Let's not just say.
I'm just
What is
saying.
wrong with you?
I don't know.
See, you say some shit that's gonna. We're at the
I just
end
don't
here.
know.
All right.
I don't know.
I don't need to yell for 20 minutes. You
We
say
should-
it because you opened up about your personal life.
We
about
might
some
want to
shit.
restart.
Now it's. I'm not restarting. There's no reason. You're already in trouble. You missed
Okay.
dinner.
We'll see the numbers.
You showed up here at 3:00.
See the numbers dip. I don't know.
I think that we're gonna see more people really like that you've opened up.
We'll see.
And you
Did
were-
I open up?
And you were vulnerable.
Right.
And people will appreciate that. And I think that they're going to like that they can get to know you on a more personal level.
Mm-hmm. I mean, some people might unsubscribe.
Say it again. I'll come over this fucking table.
Come on, man. I think, this one was the worst one. But
Stop saying that like that. Stop saying that.
Next
please.
week-
I'm cutting all of those out.
Next
I'm
week,
not concluding that you say they're the worst episode. Come
this
on.
one was the worst one out of the 3.
Stop saying that.
Of the 3, I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying of the 3, this one was bad in comparison.
Bump, 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 bump. No, not.
And that's all. Or how do you close it? Hold on, try it again. And that was the Nick Williams Show. Worst one in 3 episodes.
Jesus Christ, I'm gonna cry. Please don't say that. I'd rather you piss me off than make me feel like shit.
Come on. All right. Well, you have to say something
That's
at the
like
end of
such a mean way to say it.
this. The worst one in 3 episodes?
Yeah, it's like the worst one.
This was the reset, next episode.
Next week I'll be just as angry as I
It
always have
can't
been.
be worse. It can only be better next week. It will not be worse. If I'm on next week, it definitely will be better than this one.
Oh my god!
I'll prepare games. And
why do you say this was bad? I feel like it was a slow start. The alien thing didn't work out. I thought you would dig in with a little booty poots thing, but it didn't happen.
Maybe. Yeah.
That's what I was hoping for.
Yeah.
But obviously it takes a different level of intelligence to get there.
And I feel like I didn't open up. I just explained the Barbie movie.
Do you feel bad that you may have opened up? Do you feel like you may have opened up too much?
No, but you're saying that's like a reason why this episode was good.
I thought it was a conversation. We were like going back and forth.
Yeah.
As opposed to like, hey Andrew, how do you feel about this? Want to play a game? Pick a dragon.
Come on, that was a good.
Yeah, but it has no flow. Like this was flow.
Should we finish it off with a game? I just don't know. Do we have enough content?
I don't know. Hopefully. I got to cut the phone call. I got to cut all the video footage of this thing. I can use little clips, I think, but
right. Yeah, we were watching this movie for a while, huh?
Yeah, a little bit. It's only part 3 of 16. So.
Should we do anything else or
And it was posted on YouTube, Andrew, 14 years ago.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's crazy. And it only has 173,000 views. In 14 years. That's so funny.
Yeah. So this one could be the 3rd best one, if you think about it that way. Right? Yeah. If the last 2 were the best 2, this one could be the bronze.
All right, like, subscribe. Thanks. Appreciate you. Mondays.
And same deal. If anyone shares and tags Nick,
yeah, we'll read them out loud.
I will read them out loud. The only 2 that did it was me and Brittany, I think. Right? Those are the only ones that tagged and shared.
Well, again, I told you, people don't give a shit.
Yep.
So like when
remember last episode, you got mad at me for saying that, we would share it.
And I shared both of them. Even though it was technically like sharing the same post twice, I shared both of them on my story.
Yeah. Yep. So next week, just try to share more, I guess, and then
that'll be nice.
And then I'll, unless you want to do it again, I will personally shout out everybody who shares. If 1 million people share the video,
it's a long episode.
It's gonna be a very long episode. But I'll do it again just next week. I'll do it.
We'll figure it out. Like, subscribe, watch, enjoy, listen, be a part of the family, part of the team. Thanks for coming on, Andrew. Appreciate you.
Thanks.